Hey y'all, welcome back to another adventure here on Windmill Farms in North Mississippi. I'm Grizz, and this week's adventure that we're going to be doing, we're going to be cooking up some jelly since we're all quarantined in our home. But we're going to cook up the jelly from something most of us in the South have just hanging around everywhere, and that is Wisteria. So y'all come on and join me this week as we cook up some Wisteria jelly, alright? Hey y'all. Thank y'all for coming back. We're going to do this Wisteria jelly. Now, I know that most of you, if you've ever lived in the South, you've been told Wisteria is poisonous. Here's the kicker. The leaves and the beans, if you have an old plant, like this plant here is old enough to put off the bean pods at the end of the year, those are poisonous. However, your flowers are not poisonous, okay? Now, the stems in the flowers are. That's the reason when we get inside and we get ready to do the second part of the cooking, I'll show you what we do. But basically out here when we're collecting it, all I do is I pull it off, get me a little snippet like that, and I mean, just like you're picking grapes almost. You're just gonna basically cut it and put it in here. Do yourself a favor and don't try to put no bees in here. It's not fun when you get inside and you realize you have some bees in your bucket. And as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but we got bees. We got regular honey bees. We got carpenter bees. We got black bees. We got bumblebees. I think I see some red wasp in here. I know I see butterflies in here. This thing is just loaded with life right now. But all we're going to be doing out here is basically just grabbing a stalk, and we're going to get it. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill this. See that stink bug right there? That's the kind of stuff I try not to take into the house with me if I can. Well, if I can get him, there we go. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get basically a bowl of this stuff. And I like I tell y'all with anything else, when you're collecting from the wild, do your best to not take it all. Leave Mother Nature at least half, if not a little bit more. We're lucky in that not only do we have this beautiful wisteria here, our woods are loaded with wisteria. This is one reason I sell wisteria at the house, because if y'all look on the ground down here, I don't know if y'all can see it. This
it
right
tries
here,
to kill us on a regular basis.
This is all wisteria that's coming up, y'all. I can literally take this up, cut it, and put it back in some ground. Hey, Grizz, we got a YouTube celebrity here today, y'all. We got Grizz joining us. Hey, Grizz. But no, this wisteria is in the ground everywhere here, and it tries to kill us. This reason we sell it here, because I can just literally pull pieces up, put it in some dirt. It's ready to rock and roll. If y'all ever want any, just let me know. I will more than happy cut you some up, and we'll get that taken care of, especially if you're around our local area. But as you see, it don't take me very long coming down through here. I see that big old carpenter bee right there. I'm not going to bother him. He's on there and he's feeding, so I'm going to let him be. And no, I'm never scared about the bees getting me. The only thing I ever worry about in here more than anything else is the red wasp. Most of these honeybees and these carpenter bees, like look at this big old, look here, I'll show y'all right here. Look. There's honeybees back here. I don't ever worry about the bees. The only thing I worry about is the red wasp, just because they get a little aggressive early in the spring like this. But alright, y'all, we got through picking some of our wisteria flowers, our blooms, and we brought them inside. I've already stripped these down over here. This is nothing but blooms over here. This is a full gallon of wisteria blooms, and I wish we had smell vision, because that's just to die for. Alright, now I've started here just to kind of show you what we're doing here. Alright, now I've got a few loose blooms that I had pulled off the things earlier outside. right, here we go. This is what we cut. Now, if you're worried about it, and I know that some people are, you could go down through here and actually pick everything and pick every last little piece off of the bloom. I have found that if you just pull it straight down, this doesn't need to go in there, but that little bit of a stem that's on there doesn't seem to hurt, okay? So that's my way of doing it quick, fast, and in a hurry, is just picking it up, pull it to the end. Now when you do that, make sure you don't get any of the leaves and stuff in there, because the leaves are 100% poisonous. All right, y'all? And then like that. All right, so you're gonna do this, and then when we get this done, we're going to just simply wash them off to rinse any bugs or anything else off of them. And then after we do that, we're going to put hot water over them. We're going to steep them. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to steep them for 8 hours. It's 4 cups of blooms to 4 cups of water, boiling water. We got that on the stove right now, boiling up. So you pour the boiling water over 4 cups of your blooms. Let them steep. Put something over it like a saran wrap. And steeping's like you do with tea or anything else. You just let it come back to a normal temperature. Sometimes, depending on what the temperature in the house is, I leave it on the counter. Sometimes I put it in the refrigerator. It's cool enough in here, I'm probably just going to leave it on the counter for the 8 hours minimum. I normally leave it overnight. And then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll show you how we actually make the jelly. All right? Alrighty, y'all notice that after the blooms had set, basically all I did was just strain the blooms off and all the other stuff with the water after it had been sitting in there a while. And this is called your tea. And as y'all see, it's kind of a brown color. When we get ready to start making the jelly, you'll notice that it changes color again. Alright, so y'all come on, let's keep doing this recipe. Hey y'all, now that we got the tea made, we're ready to actually cook it up. Now what it's going to take is 5 cups of sugar. That's what I've got here. I always get my sugar already lined out. This is my 4 cups of the tea made from the Wisteria blooms. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and a package of commercial pectin. If you make your own pectin, and you can do that, by all means, you want 1.75 ounces of the pectin. I just use a commercial pectin because, to be quite honest with you, I've tried it from apples and apparently I don't know what I'm doing. So as y'all see, we still got plenty of blooms that we could use again. So we're going to walk over the stove here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the tea, the lemon juice, and the pectin together, and we're going to boil that up, and we're going to bring that to a rolling boil. And as soon as we bring it to a rolling boil, we're going to add the sugar. We're going to bring it back to a rolling boil, and when we bring it back to a rolling boil that second time, we're going to cook it for 1 minute. Then we're going to get it in our jars, our clean, sterilized jars, as fast as we can, and then we're going to water bath it, okay, y'all? So let's get over to the stove. All right, y'all, if y'all notice, my stuff is what's that critical mass. Now, if you look down in there, there's not that much juice in there, but did you notice how that was almost to the very top of that bowl? That's what my grandmama always called critical mass. She said, baby, that's when you know it's just perfect to put it in there. So now that we got the sugar in there, it's very important that you do stir continuously, okay? And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to wait until this comes back up to a rolling boil again. And a rolling boil is a boil that keeps rolling and keeps boiling even though you're stirring it, okay? For any of y'all that might not know exactly what a rolling boil is, that's what it is if it still boils around the edges, even though you're stirring. Because like, see right now, I pull it out and it boils a little bit, but not much. But we're going to keep boiling this. And the thing about it is, when it gets that critical mass again, because it's going to go through another critical mass, you've got to just be careful with it. You've got to kind of sometimes tilt it up off the heat to get it to where it won't come over the top of it. First time I ever made jelly without my grandmother helping me, yeah, I forgot to do that, and I had a big mess all in the kitchen. And my wife at the time was not very happy with me. Let's just put it that way. So, y'all, that's going to be a beautiful color. Alright, we're starting to boil 45, so we need to cook it all the way until 46. Now notice what I was talking about the critical. See, I had to lift it off that heat just a hair. It's still rolling boil, but I had to lift it off that heat just a little bit so I wouldn't have it cook over the top of my thing. I have to lift it up a little bit more. We're going to go to probably 47 because apparently we were closer to 46 than we were with 45. But see how it almost comes over the top? That's a critical mass. That's the whole science behind this, y'all. That's when you turn sugar and juice and everything else into something totally different that you can keep for several months. Alrighty, 47. Pull it off. And what we're going to do now is, let me put this in the sink, is we're actually going to start filling jars, y'all. Now, if you want to, if you'll come in here a little closer and look, you'll notice that there's a foam on top of this. If you want to, you can actually take your spoon and be real gentle going around the edges, pull up that, and just get rid of it. I know a lot of folks that don't like that on the top of theirs and everything else. Be quite honest with you, it doesn't bother me. Half the time I just move it out of the way. Even if it puts a little bit on top of my that I'm putting in there, it doesn't really bother me. It's really your call what you want to do as far as that goes. Be all right. Alright, y'all, one of the things that's the most important is y'all got to make sure that that lip is good and clean. Alright. Now when I get it, I just set it aside for right now because we still got to water bath them at the very end. It's the next morning. As y'all see, everything's sealed. Everything looks good. Man, look at that color, would y'all? Alrighty, y'all. As y'all see, everything's sealed up. Everything's good. So we hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope that y'all love your juice, your Wisteria jelly, just as much as we do. If y'all like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate y'all coming on board and joining us with our different adventures all the time. And yeah, I want to tell you have a blessed day. And as always, be safe.